So Trump supporters, for a long time, one of the reasons why they will never back a Democrat has been the Second Amendment. And they constantly say, and they fearmonger that this Democrat or that Democrat is coming for your guns. But that's not the case. That's never really been the case. What people on the left have always wanted was some kind of gun reform, making it harder for people who should not have access to guns to not get access to guns, whether that's extended background checks, waiting and cooling off periods, limits to what types of guns can be bought, limits to how much ammo can be bought at one time, all those kind of things. Those were some of the things that have been suggested. But they back Donald Trump, who says things like, maybe we need to look at taking the guns first and figuring out due process second. That was a quote from his first administration. He doesn't care about due process if it makes him look like the tough guy or if it gets his point across. Now, as I'm bringing this up, that's because recently the DOJ has said they want to look at a way to see if they can ban transgender people from accessing and owning guns. And they can't. And this has caused a split with the Trump administration, Republicans, and the NRA. The NRA is like, no, wait a minute, guns for everybody. That's what they want. They don't care who the person is. Everyone should have access to any gun they want. Now, there probably should be some limits and some regulations, because when those regulations were rolled back, gun violence went up. It seems to correlate. Other countries have stricter gun laws, and they don't have nearly the problems that we do when it comes to gun violence. But Donald Trump has said, well, we need to look at taking guns away from transgender people. Now, there's not really a correlation other than one of the most recent mass shootings was carried out by, I believe, a transgender person. Now, I could be wrong. Doesn't matter. If you look at the numbers overall, very few are carried out by transgender people, but that's what they're focusing on. But if Donald Trump is willing to take guns and the gun rights away from transgender people for just being transgender, how long till it translates into something else? Now, they have been wanting, they'll try to say it's a mental health crisis or it's a mental health issue, and you don't get it that way. But then they also want to label anybody who is against Trump as having Trump derangement syndrome, and they want to make that a bona fide mental illness. It's not. And then they can slap that label on anybody they want and say, well, you don't get access to guns. It's a stepping stone. Now, I don't think this is going to go anywhere because it's not going to be upheld if he does it by executive order in court. And I don't think anybody in Congress is going to be serious enough to get it through. But it's just funny that the 2A people are so pro-Trump when he's willing to take that right away from them.